Hi guys, welcome.
Another episode of Awareness Yarns with Josh.
Today we'll be talking about child kidnapping. When we're growing up as little children, we that grew up on the island, we heard of this phenomenon of the bomo. Those people that come, they use biscuits, sweets to lure children, they carry them in bags and carry them away. Some were used for ritual purposes, but it wasn't so popular then that they were collecting ransom from parents. So mostly children that they were kidnapped those days were used for ritual purposes. So today I'll be telling you a few things to help you prevent kidnapping of your child. What to do when you start noticing some signs. So number one thing that you need to do is to orientate your child. Orientate your child. Teach them not to talk to strangers. Do not take biscuits. Do not take sweets from strangers. If they see a stranger approaching them, they should be polite, but they shouldn't let their guard down. That should be emphasized on the child. Let the child know that it's bad for them to take sweets or gifts from total strangers that don't know them. So another thing is, do not post your children's pictures online. As much as we get carried away by the social media phenomenon now, that people just carelessly post pictures of as their child is growing, advancing, they keep posting at 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, even 1 month, 6 months, 1 year. You keep posting those pictures. You don't know who is watching. Some people are targeted because of those information they post on social media. Like a few people that use the social media very well have attested that some Yahoo boys use those pictures to scam clients, which they call Lodos Oyibo. They use to scam them. They keep copying your pictures, keep copying your everyday life. You will not even know. They'll be using your picture somewhere else. So you prevent over posting. You can post, but don't post too much of sensitive information about your life on social media. Another thing is when they are going to school, do not write their names at the back of their sweater or their bags. Sometimes, if you have more than one child, you might want to write that for identification purpose, but that could be your own undoing too. Because if somebody that sees the name, and you know children trust people that know their names, somebody can just call the name, maybe Jude. Jude, how are you? I'm your uncle. And you like, the child will be like, since he knows my name now, there's no point. Let me, and they fall for that trap and they get kidnapped. You don't get to see your child anymore. It's either they call you for ransom or you don't get to see them anymore. So prevent them from getting kidnapped. Please stay away from writing their names on their bags or their sweaters or their uniforms at all. Then another thing is, let them know that do not take gifts from strangers. I already said that as part of your orientation. Do not allow them to take gifts. If they even bring gifts to the house, given to them by strangers, try to find out, ask them questions. Who gave you this? Because the person that gave them would have bad intention of maybe probably going them first, then coming back later to come and kidnap them. So you never can tell. Then another thing is, which you must emphasize is, whenever they are in a public place, teach them public conduct. Where to go, where not to go. Probably you go to the cinemas and your child is running up and down. Try to monitor them. If they go to the restroom, follow them. Monitor them so that they don't get kidnapped. And if you carry your child out, probably you are not in the car. Probably you want to pick up something at the grocery store or the supermarket. You can as well just lock the door. Take your child along. Do not leave your child in the car, because a lot of evil can happen in that split second, which you just, let's say, let me just walk away from you and come back in a short while, maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes. 3 minutes is enough for them to perpetrate their evil, and you'll be, so we don't want that. So then another thing you need to do is, whenever you carry a baby in the trolley or your stroller, do not leave them unattended. Probably go out for a public function. Do not leave them unattended, because somebody can pick up your child and go, even when you're in the church, most especially in the church. Like when you go to the church, strangers are saying, let me carry your baby. You don't know who wants to carry your baby. Before you know, look left and look right, and the baby is gone. or your child is gone, you just hold your child's hand, and probably the child will be like, oh, since my mommy or my daddy trusts this person, then there's no point to question or rebel. So for us to help ourselves to prevent child kidnapping, we should try as much as possible to adhere to these little tips and practice it. Practice, practice, practice. Let it sink into the child's head, so that if they find themselves in a situation like that, tell them, shout, let people know. Don't let them. So somebody is trying to force them into something they don't want to do against their will. Tell them to shout, raise alarm, and those are the ways to prevent your child from getting kidnapped. They should not be scared of anybody. As long as you are not the person is not your direct relative, or and they don't know the person, they should shout and call attention, public attention, and that could be the saving grace for that child. So I urge parents, I urge brothers, I urge sisters, I urge family members to take keen attention or pay keen attention to the safety of your child or any child around you at all. So if you see somebody carrying a child that is known and you don't know the person, you walk up to the person as an adult. Who are you? Why are you carrying this child to? Because the responsibility of preventing child kidnapping still rests on the shoulders of the adults. If the adults are ignorant or they act nonchalant, then you see this evil persist in the society. Should try as much as possible to help to reduce this evil in the society, and always keep updated of what goes on around you, so that you don't fall victim. So I think this has been able to buttress a few things, and let's adhere to it. Thank you.